I know that when an animal is sick, sometimes the right thing to do is to put it out of its misery. With the electricity we're using to keep alive, we could power a small fan for 2 days. You tell me what's unethical.
Blink once if you want me to pull the plug.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. We're populists on this channel. That means we care about Americans and America. We care about you. It doesn't matter what your skin color is, what your religion is, where you come from. It doesn't even matter who you vote for. We don't like communists, but that doesn't mean we want something horrible to happen to you. We don't want you to be, for instance, propped up into political office because of your power-gobbling wife who's using you as a brain-damaged Muppet in order to gain some type of, I don't know, political credentials. That's exactly what's happening in the state of Pennsylvania as John Fetterman, who is somebody who's had multiple strokes, aneurysms, somebody who doesn't have a functional brainstem, has been shoved into office by his goblin-like wife. Now, John Fetterman, predictably, after the humiliation of multiple debates and winning this seat, even though, again, he couldn't speak the English language, is hospitalized for an indefinite amount of time. This is a very bad thing and a very dangerous thing, actually, for America. Democrat Senator Fetterman's office released update as he checks himself into hospital for clinical depression. Fetterman released an update on Monday regarding his health after the senator checked himself in for clinical depression this month. Fetterman's communication director said he's doing well. He's on the path to recovery. Well, what does that mean? He's visiting with staff and family off and on, but he checked himself into the hospital in Washington, D.C. on February 16th to be treated for clinical depression. That was a couple of weeks ago. There's been no sign of him ever since. His hospitalization comes roughly a year after the 53-year-old suffered a stroke ahead of the May primary election. They kept that stroke a secret from the people of Pennsylvania. He spent much of the summer off the campaign trail recovering. He said that the stroke nearly killed him. He underwent surgery to implant a pacemaker and a defibrillator to manage his heart conditions, atrial fibrillation, and cardiomyopathy. These are big time problems. These are killers, man. These are not good. After winning the November election because of mail-in voting, because the Democrats have this down to a algorithm now, and they just go to the depressed and beleaguered places. They absolutely hoover up and ballot harvest. So it really doesn't matter. It's actually good to have people that can't speak the English language that say, in the state of Pennsylvania, the Eagles are better than the Eagles.
The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles. No.
Does that look like a healthy man to you? No, man. It is just sick. It's sick stuff what they're doing to John Fetterman. Now, the Washington County, a county in Pennsylvania, Republican Party, has issued a legal request regarding the absent senator who hasn't been seen in weeks. Again, checking himself in for clinical depression, whatever that means, who has a horrible worsening by the day condition. According to reports, the sounds inside of John Fetterman's ears were like the womp, 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 the way that the teacher talks in Charlie Brown. Because of the now confirmed lies that we were told during the 2022 general election regarding the health of Senator Fetterman, as well as the threats made against journalists who interviewed him, the Washington County Republican Party refuses to take assurances from the office of the senator that the Democrat operatives that Fetterman is able to carry out his duties as senator. As such, we call upon Senator Fetterman to appear on camera to show us he's alive and well. If he's unable to do so, we call upon the elected representatives in Washington, Senator Casey and Congressman Reichthaler, to intervene immediately. Ultimately, if Fetterman is unable and unwilling to carry out his duties as United States Senator, then we ask for his resignation. We need a special election this year. No more lies and games. Signed sincerely, Sean Long, Esquire, chairman of the Washington County Republican Party. So now they're asking for proof of life for this senator. Well, that is an important thing because if you're following sort of the news here, it don't make no sense, actually. Because why the hell would his wife abandon him? If you're clinically depressed, wouldn't you want your loved ones to be around you, to help you, John Fetterman's wife flees country with children after he checks into hospital. What the hell is going on here? This is Jersey Giselle. This is the wife of John Fetterman. Cretinous individual. Somebody who has allowed her husband to be used as a meat puppet for power. John Fetterman's wife left the country with her children. She fled when her husband was hospitalized. Is that what you would do if your significant other was hospitalized? Social media post on Friday, Giselle Fetterman told followers that she left the hospital and in Washington, D.C., left her husband there, and then said, hey, I'm going to go to Canada. Huh? I'm not really sure how to navigate this journey, but I'm figuring it out slowly. 1 week ago, when the news dropped, the kids were off from school. Media trucks circled our home. So the first thing I could think of is to pack them up and drive to a different country. This is what she said on Twitter. She's blocked me on Twitter because I called her a witch for allowing these horrible things to happen to her husband. Don't worry, I have more on that in a second. In subsequent posts, she explained to her followers that she drove to Canada through Buffalo, New York. Okay, so now you have a situation where not only is she fleeing the country while her husband is hospitalized, her senator husband is hospitalized, she's using emojis, laughing emojis. Be gentle. Disease eventually ensnares all of us. When it happens to you, you'll crave the same. So she's asking people to be gentle and that the diseases will ensnare all of us? What the hell does that mean? Is she like admitting defeat here? A few days after the hospitalization, said he was feeling lightheaded. Fetterman checked himself into the hospital for clinical depression. Here's photos of Fetterman's family in a different country while their dad is in the hospital. Dude, this is sick. This is absolutely sick stuff. The reason why Giselle Fetterman blocked me is because I called her a witch. And the reason why that is because John Fetterman was allowed to do a debate in which he began his debate by saying, "Good night, everyone."
You're running for a seat that could decide the balance of power in Washington. What qualifies you to be a U.S. Senator? You have 60 seconds.
Hi, good night, everybody. I'm running to serve Pennsylvania. He's running to use Pennsylvania.
Huh? What are you talking about? He was asked about production of fracking oil in one of the largest industries in the state of Pennsylvania, whether he's for it or against it. It's a very simple binary black or white question. Here's how it went.
Just a second, Mr. Oz. I do want to clarify something. You're saying tonight that you support fracking, that you've always supported fracking, but there is that 2018 interview that you said, quote, "I don't support fracking at all." So how do you square the two?
I do support fracking, and I support fracking, and I stand and I do support fracking.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Fetterman.
What? Again, why do these interviews allow this to continue? Like these craven lunatics, these media people. Why do they, you lady, why would you allow that? What do you mean, okay? What are you talking about? You just said okay there, as though he made any sense. I do, I don't, I stand, I support fracking. That wasn't an answer. That wasn't an English answer. Neither is this.
Seconds.
Again, I think it's just the same the way the university 4 degrees as well too, supporting that and partnering with the unions and making sure that vocation training are as affordable and providing the resources to make sure everyone has the opportunity. Going to college isn't the right choice for every person, but going to those kind of vocational schools, able to create a career to Wayne. Reach a lot of high salary, and again, supporting to reduce those costs are critical too.
All right.
That wasn't English. I mean, it wasn't English. But you know what? These people don't care. I mean, these people are driven by a single thing, and that is certainly not love for their spouse, just like Joe Biden. They're driven by a craven desire for power, and their marriages be damned. Joe Biden's marriage is a farce anyway. Joe Biden cheated on his wife with Jill Biden. She was married. They're craven lunatics. They're evil, darkened people. They care about nothing but the absorption of power right now. And they'll do anything to get it, including, but not limited to, putting up their husbands as meat puppet piñatas and hospitalizing them. These men do not deserve to have power. Joe Biden does not deserve to have the nuclear buttons before him. Joe Biden should have Simon Says buttons before him during activity hour at a nursing home. And John Fetterman deserves to be in a home himself, a recovery home from his multiple strokes. You were lied to. The people in Pennsylvania are right to be furious. They were lied to. The Scientific American and multiple doctors came out and said they won't be releasing John Fetterman's medical records, but he's A-OK to serve in the Senate, and now he's in the hospital. Shame on all these people. They should have all their licenses stripped. They should never be able to practice again. Evil, evil people. Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments. I'm sure you agree with me that America's the best country in the world and it's worth fighting for, so we fight for her on this show every single day, right alongside you. My name is Benny Johnson. See ya. Thank you for watching. Our channel is here to meme the libs until they cry and then to meme them crying. Their tears, they taste just like sweet, delicious ice cream. Salty, too. We ridicule the establishment and the libs because of you. Your support keeps us going. So if you like what you saw, please punch the subscribe button, click like, and ring the little bell so that you know when we're live. Don't you want to know when we're live? And make sure that you subscribe to our email list just in case the plug gets pulled, as tends to happen. If you want to see more of our videos, click here or here. My name is Benny Johnson. Stay free, Base Patriots.